here's another reason why you want to take control of what you're doing.
Everything kind of funnels into the only winning move is not to play the game.
So I got to ask permission to buy the gun, and then I got to pay to ask permission to carry the motherfucker outside of my house. How about you go fuck yourself? All right, y'all. We're recording. Welcome to what the fuck did you say? That's why I'm titling it right now. Whatever Bruce decides the title is up to him. But we are recording now, and this is the after hours. Yeah, we're here. What you're not on the right side, Ken. I can hear him in the other room. Ken, go to the other room. Jesus Christ. I'm about to kick you out of that room. He's still in the other room from the live show. But he's just like yelling in my ear right now. Anyway, we are here on the second half of the Aaron Deshotel.
And
podcast.
This is Harkus's host show. That's what
Exactly.
Well,
I figure if I'm the first one here, I might as well just say fuck it and do a little intro. And yeah, if you guys didn't listen to the first one from what did we title that one? Had to Eat It. If you didn't listen to I Had to Eat It, make sure you go listen to that one as well too. But this one right here is the second half. And there's Ken and Ken. Did you get lost? You were over there like yelling on the other side in the live room.
I was just fucking with you. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck with Chris.
That's one
I knew you'd be the only one left there.
Yeah,
it's not working. What the fuck?
One of us is an asshole.
Yeah, one of us, including all five of us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've pretty much embraced it, actually.
Aaron, your show this week was absolutely off the fucking hook. It was so goddamn good. I don't know what it was. It was something touched me and raised the hairs on my neck, and I'm like, yes. Yes. No, it was a good show. It's always a good show. I really do enjoy your show. I'm not just saying that to be a kiss ass or nothing, but
it is.
I'm not an ass worth kissing, so I appreciate that. That's.
I've been listening to like political shit all weekend. Because I thought, okay, we're going to have Aaron on tonight and we're going to talk about political shit. And then Bruce is like, let's talk about food. And I'm like, well, okay.
Well, you saw the name of the show is I Had to Eat It. And,
yeah, but I figured it was going to be about telling Biden to eat a dick.
No. This is the bacon is better than buttholes thing, dude. We're still on that war.
I mean,
no, it's not.
Did Biden
actually, is way worse for you.
Did Biden shit himself at the in Normandy?
I think so. What is it?
That was weird.
I've watched that video so many times. It's really I can't decide if he actually shit himself or if he was trying to sit down, like where the chair was
down,
and then shit himself while he was trying to sit down. Because I know that look. That look is not a like I can't find my chair. That is I'm starting to sit down and oh shit. So, not saying I make that face a lot or anything, but
when my dad passed about a year and a half ago, about 2 years ago, he started slowing down, and that kind of movement of the sitting down and standing up. I mean, I think other than Harkos, we're all at the age where we make a noise when we get out of a chair, and but it got to be, getting out of a car, you get out of a car, you open the door, you stand up, and you just stand there for a minute. Just to, okay, well, let's walk now.
Gotta let everything.
He was 91. He's 91. So obviously, but I'm like, I look at Biden and he's had a lot of the same things. My dad actually ended up having a blood disorder, but which ate his muscles basically. And I see Biden doing the same thing. And if you look at him talking, 3 years ago, he was a different human being. I mean, I'm not the conspiracy theory saying there's a fake person up there. That's bullshit. This is we're just watching a guy
physical decline. It is what it is.
And I'm with you, man. He ain't gonna be the guy. You watch the convention.
Oh no, there's no.
I got $20. They put somebody else up in there.
Yeah.
Look at Bruce.
No, I'm sitting here watching this video, and it doesn't look like he shit himself. It looks like he's having a hard time sitting down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. It's the same kind of thing.
Like he just like goes to sit down a little bit and then kind of like.
Well, he definitely ain't there.
He's gone.
Yeah,
but like Ken said, I mean, he's old as fuck. You don't move that well. You know how it is, Bruce.
He's older than me, dude.
Not by much. A couple years.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's not a good look. I mean, I know they keep trying to say, oh, well, he's a very vigorous. Look, here's footage of him riding a bicycle. Well, you can realistically, have you seen those masks that they have people wearing now for like, the footage is never a close up like, hey, how you doing, Jack? No, it's like, oh, look, there goes Sleepy on his bike. Well,
what's the deal with him and Obama and bike riding? I never saw any other president before Obama on a goddamn bike, especially with a fucking helmet on. Like,
And mom jeans.
yeah, all that kind of shit. But he was raised by a white woman, so you don't blame him too much. But
That's true.
He wears Kirkland?
Huh?
He wears Kirkland?
Probably. No, but like I just never saw any politician before that ever ride a bike. Like none.
Because for Obama and Biden, there's dildos on the seat. That's why they're riding them like that.
There was no seat.
They
actually,
just take the seat off. It's just the post. No, actually, I think it started with Obama because he was just trying to, compare and contrast to the previous elderly fucks that, oh, look how young and virile he is. He goes out and rides his bike.
Yeah, but he wasn't that much younger than fucking G.W. Bush.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Because how was fucking
it was more
W
optics.
whenever he got elected? He was fucking like 55 or some shit.
Yeah, 53, 55, something like that.
Who, Obama?
No, but GW.
Yeah, he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
GW.
Well, I mean, the bicycle thing is just to look cool, and that's just
like I said, I think
there's a
it's just
demographic.
optics.
There's a demographic of liberals, and I'm a bicycle guy. I'm not like a lunatic or anything. I got a custom like weird bicycle. It's a 4-speed. It weighs 50 pounds, but I'm like, whatever. Your $5,000 bike that you're gonna go and ride 40 miles. Go a mile and a half on mine. Tell me that you don't have the same amount of exercise.
Got the training wheels on it?
Training wheels.
Yeah, so he was 54
Balloon
years old whenever he became president.
Have a
G.W.
motor.
Bush, and Obama was 47.
Yeah.
Not much of a fucking difference.
No, not really.
So like 54 when he got elected. So after 8 years, he was 62. And compared to Obama at 47, I'm a lot younger than the last guy. Yeah, but not whenever
But he was 47 and he was mixed. So what's that in black years?
Yeah, so I mean, because he only half cracks with the cracker side, and so that's.
My wife has the same mix,
yeah.
and it's just like every year I get like 5 years older than my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's actually getting younger.
It's because you got the extra cracker in you. I know.
What do you mean extra cracker? I'm French
You
and
are
Irish.
cracker, dude.
I'm
I
Irish.
don't get much.
Everybody
Don't
here
get much whiter than that.
You don't
So
get much
actually,
whiter than
I'm
that.
all Irish because the Irish side just kicked the French's ass. They just went away.
Yeah, the Irish are tougher. See, I'm mixed with all kinds of shit. That's why I'm 37, almost 38, and I look like I'm like 26 on average.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
I'm not gonna say anything because everybody thinks I'm like way older than I am most of the time, and
I am way older than that.
hairline, so it's just.
That's why I've got this cool look on. I got my
Yeah, you're in full Buffett
I got my
mode
George
there.
Clooney look.
And I
on
don't
right now.
mean
Got my
Warren. I
George
mean
Clooney
Jimmy.
look. So Aaron, our topic tomorrow morning on X is going to be this article that I found on the Associated Press, and this is going to drive the fucking liberals
Automatically
fucking
valid there.
just the progressives are going to freaking bust their guts. So they found out that the byproduct of fracking, and
I saw that.
fracking, a big freaking bad thing with the liberal progressives, and all of a sudden they found out that the byproduct of that happens to be lithium, and they use lithium in the Tesla battery, all the batteries.
Yep.
I don't think
So
that's really gonna.
now we got to watch the hypocrisy.
I thought it was gonna be a
fly.
shitty rock and roll album was gonna come out everywhere every time.
There's not going to be a
crack.
hypocrisy.
It's
They'll
gonna
say,
be a
"Well, we can find it in other places. What about the Great Salt
What about
Lake?"
the child mines and yeah?
Well, Elon has said
let
stuff
the black
about
kids in Africa dig them up.
right. Well, Elon has said stuff about going out to the Salt Lake and grabbing it out of there. That's what he has talked about before. Whenever he's talked with Joe about it and stuff like that, he said stuff about because I think Joe brought it up. Hey, Like, what's the deal with the lithium? You know, all these fucking little kids in the Congo fucking digging it out with their pinkies and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he was like, well, you know, we're exploring places here in America. There's multiple places like, you know, in you know, Nevada and Arizona and stuff like that with the Salt Lake and stuff like that and the desert and stuff. And so
Yeah.
I was thinking about going out there.
I'll correct you on that one. So the latest thing that happened is down in Southern California. There's a place that was called the Salton Sea, and it used to be a huge like Hollywood elite type of a destination, kind of like Las Vegas, Nevada, was back in the 50s and the early 60s. And what happened was this whole lake, Salton Sea, came out about because somebody diverted the Colorado River into this basin there, just east of San Diego. And the whole gist of everything is that they found out just recently that the largest deposits of lithium and rare earth minerals are in this valley now. And they're going crazy over it. So
Here we
I'm not sure I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But there's also, like you said, Parco. So
are we going to get a bunch of little African kids over here to dig it out, or?
Yeah, that's what the border situation is about.
That's right. That's all the African kids.
Importing shovel experts.
Yeah, but if you see those lithium mines, man, they totally tear up the freaking environment. I mean, those things, any kind of mining like that,
it'll grow back.
Yeah, but if the environment is the Great Salt Lake Desert,
it's already toasted already.
People don't give a fuck, right? And you know, so you said it was salt. What was it called? Salton Lake.
The Salton Sea. It's called the Salton Sea. If you look at it,
is that close by where Salt and Straw was developed?
It's by Salton the Swing.
Yeah, by Salton's the Swing.
Okay. Salton's the Swing, right next to Salt and Straw.
It's just northeast of San Diego, and yeah.
You guys ever been to Salt and Straw? I keep hearing about it from Tim Dillon.
What the fuck is Salt and Straw? What?
It's like this weird. Fucking maybe Bruce, you can pull it up on the screen.
Burning Man or something?
No, it's this weird ass fucking ice cream, and he always says it's hilarious because he says it's made by lesbians who make it ice cream in a tub. But
Salt and Straw Food Company. Hold on a minute. Here we go.
Yeah, but Tim Dillon is hilarious when it comes to hating lesbians. But he always talks about Salt and Straw and how they got like these weird ass fucking options in there, and he actually had like 4 different kinds on his podcast one day. He tried them, and like there, you get the website pulled up, Bruce, because they got some weird ass fucking flavors.
Yeah, why can't I share? There we go. Yeah. And so like these are all like weird ass. You got some of the flavors pulled up that we can see, like the flavor combinations.
What do they say?
Flavors here. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. Flavors
like carpet munch and
carpet munch and hookers. So, all right. So we got barrel aged chocolate stout. I don't know what that means. La Tropicals La Original Lager with guava, black stripe porter, and bread pudding.
Vanilla. Now we're talking.
Yeah,
those are my people.
Vanilla. Yeah. Sea salt with caramel ribbon.
That's me. I'm double fold vanilla, French and Irish.
Freckled mint chocolate chip.
I need a shirt.
Oh yeah, that's one. He said salted malted chocolate chip cookie dough. Yeah.
I don't see Scissor Butler.
Strawberry honey with. Oh, there we go. There's some weird one. Strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper.
That doesn't sound.
Why the fuck would you want that as your goddamn ice cream?
It's better than mayonnaise.
Coffee and love nuts.
I like that coffee and love nuts, man. I'm a big coffee.
Pear and blue cheese. What the fuck? Honey lavender. Oh, that's the one he always said. He said, you know, Salt and Straw, they always got weird flavors like lavender and equality, and you can't ask what's in it. Dude, Tim Dillon is the best. I love that motherfucker. But yeah, no, so Salt and Straw, yeah.
She ain't no Ben and Jerry's, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, I think I heard, I don't know if it was him or somebody else said something about, oh yeah, it was him, because he had this Comedy Central special, and like towards the end, they start talking about ice cream, and he said Ben and Jerry's, you know, you can always tell that the people creating it are mandatorily on acid or mushrooms because they always have like a bunch of regular flavors and then some random item like strawberry vanilla and a piece of the couch, you know, like shit like that.
Yeah.
You guys gotta go check out his fucking Comedy Central stand up. It's fucking hilarious.
I don't know. I saw the
Tim
Ron
Dillon is a
Burgundy.
shit.
I saw the Ron Burgundy one that we posted, or that I posted on the private chat today.
Ron Burgundy.
What? Yeah, where he was the anchorman, where he was dating the black chick, and she invited him to dinner. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, from Anchorman 2?
Yeah,
Apart from Anchorman
I got
2.
you.
Yeah,
that is
that's
hilarious.
yeah, that was Ken whenever he met his wife.
Right.
I'm just agreeing because I never saw the movie. I don't watch that communist garbage.
Yeah, I don't.
The first Anchorman was all right. The second one was weird as fuck. So weird. Did you?
He hasn't
Bruce?
done anything good since Elf.
Oh, whatever, man. He's done some great shit.
I know. I love that guy. Will Ferrell's hilarious.
His George W. Bush impressions were the best.
Oh, they were good. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, they were
those
good.
are fucking
not as good as Frank Caliendo. Frank Caliendo was he had it down.
I don't know
He
who
was
that is.
Well, look up Frank Caliendo. His George Bush, and he did George Bush, and he did John Madden, and then he did George Bush arguing with John Madden about stuff. That was the funniest fucking bit. Oh my god, he was good.
Frank,
he did it live on the.
Yeah. Aaron, what do you got coming up on Tuesday, man? You're going to be dropping something on Tuesday. What's going on? What are you talking about? Or are you just off the cuff? I mean, I think last time we talked, you were pretty much off the cuff.
It's yeah, mostly.
I'm telling you, your flow through the podcast is like you wrote this down for like 3 days before you were there, and it was just it's
so
you know, that flow it's amazing to me.
I appreciate that. It's a fair amount of work, but ultimately, normally I try to get something recorded on Sunday. I've been working
busy with
all day
podcasts.
today. Well, not even that. It's I was doing a bunch of other stuff up until about 6 o'clock. And then ironically enough, I was like, I think I need to take a nap because I don't know if it's chemical exposure or what, but I was feeling really crappy all of a sudden. So I was like, all right, I got this thing tonight, babe. I'm going to lay down for a little bit. And I curled up with a dog on the couch. It was just snoozing. And so, yeah, I didn't accomplish shit. So we'll see what tomorrow brings because
you could always do the Tom Woods rebroadcast.
Yeah.
That's one guy I've never listened to.
No,
you wouldn't like him.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. No. Ultimately, I will probably get home from work tomorrow and sit down, and it depends on where we're at in the world. If anything really stupid happens tomorrow, that's probably what I'll talk about. If not,
let me see. Let me see what's stupid happening right now.
What's on the docket?
That's how I get my fodder for our morning stuff. So,
have you talked about Fauci on trial?
Oh my gosh,
that's actually on the short list for this.
I didn't even know he was on trial because like I focus like so much on my business of helping people with their marketing and building websites and everything like that I can do for you as well too with your business. But like that I don't focus on politics and shit like that a lot. And I was listening to Jimmy Dore today, and there was the one about he was talking first. He started out talking about Chris Cuomo getting ate the fuck up by Dave Smith, which could be expected.
It was beautiful.
That's to be expected. I haven't even listened to that yet. I haven't even listened to that one yet. I want to.
It's precious.
It's a masterclass in putting somebody exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, I heard some of the clips where the clips I heard, I was like, damn. But he was talking about Fauci. He was going through clips of Fauci or whatever on trial and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, it's to be expected as well too. Like, what would you expect? They're going to put the hammer down on him? No, because he's got all the names. It's like the reason Hillary Clinton is still walking around cackling is because she's got all the fucking names. Like, if you have the names, you don't get touched.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Harkos, and you nailed it every time that we talk about this, is that, when we talk about climate or the weather or the cicadas or whatever, people have a fucking short memory, dude. They don't even have a fucking memory for a year, dude. So all this shit, that Fauci has done. I mean, he was in the middle of the AIDS epidemic, right? And he was ignoring people and killing people with his freaking shit then.
And when people like me were bringing that up at the beginning of 2020, as soon as the lockdown started, as soon as he started talking with his fucking dumbass accent, right? We bring that up. Oh no, he's an expert. He's been over here for over 40 years. Like, look what happened during this. Like the gay people wrecked his goddamn office because he fucked them over so much.
Yeah.
Oh no,
nobody cares about the beagles that he put in plastic bags and let them eat.
I care about the
all
beagles.
that. Yeah, me too. Yeah,
dude, I was pissed when I heard that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and back when this whole thing started with Fauci too, I was like, don't forget Band-Aid, because he was in there too, and he fucked that up. I mean, you watch him; he's standing there by Lionel Richie, and he was completely out of tune, and it fucked it all up.
I had no idea he was there.
He was a son of a bitch. Yeah, I hate the guy.
Well, that's that as well too. But you see, the thing is like, just like with all these Trump cases just miraculously popping over the last year, but never popped up in 2021, 2022. Are the same reasons that Fauci's on trial in 2024 and not in 2021, 2022, 2023, even. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always do it like what you just said. Like, they do it far enough in advance or far enough out away to where people don't give a fuck anymore. Like, why would people be upset about Fauci in 2024, in June 2024? Like, they don't have to. There's no mask mandates pretty much anywhere anymore. There's no vaccine mandates. Most people think it's all bullshit anyway. So all the anger, all the hostility, all the hysteria, all the anxiety, all that's gone.
No, most people think it worked.
Well, there's that too.
But
I'm just saying.
But they're going after Fauci now because it's an election year.
Yeah,
that is the only reason.
And see what I think is interesting about it too. Like I said the other day on the morning review, is that everybody is, oh, Fauci this, Fauci that, putting all this blame on Fauci, and hardly anyone who will say all that shit about Fauci will turn and say the exact same fucking thing about Trump.
Right. Exactly.
Because who was the president that Fauci was telling to do all the shit?
Right.
Who was
Trump,
the
not Biden.
Operation Warp Speed.
Who was talking? Yeah, Operation Warp Speed. Who's the guy?
Who did the lockdown?
Yeah, exactly.
Who did the mask mandate?
Well, that was Walz.
Who gave all the governors fucking executive power and emergency authorization? Trump. He did 3 different executive orders that started the whole fucking thing. And then he went around all year talking about how it's bad. All that motherfucker had to do was write 3 more executive orders rescinding those initial 3 executive orders. And he never fucking did it.
The problem was the governors could all ignore it. And some of them did, like Kristi Noem, who just said, go get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And so
my baby Kristi.
Yeah, I mean, she was great. Fauci was a nightmare, and Trump should have fired. But Trump, he showed it. I mean, he was in office for an hour and a half, sworn in, and he put this cabinet full of fucking jackasses in there. I mean, it's just like his whole cabinet full of people was the swamp. I'm like, you can't drain what's there holding the fucking drain down. You can't pull the thing out if they're all sitting on it going, nope.
Yep. That's another thing I saw earlier today. Apparently, he's bringing back his same staffing cabinet, or not cabinet, but the guy who handled all his staffing placement. Like, well, yeah, that's, if you're gonna try and say shit's gonna be different this time, maybe don't do the same shit. I mean, Trump is. They've got his number. They stroke his ego. They tell him you're going to be the most bigly motherfucker ever, and he does exactly what they want him to.
He's going to be
and all they have to do is attack him from the angle they want him to run at.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing too. They learn that very, very quick. I learned that very, very quick too. Like, just watch them. What direction do you want him to move? Just start fucking punching him and throwing rocks at him from that angle, and he'll come running at you. Yeah, exactly. Like, he goes to where the attack is coming from. He doesn't fend it off and then keep going the course that he wants to go. Like real men like me, you guys. Like, he is a bitch and fucking just starts running at the people that fucking are attacking him because he's so soft he can't not. You know, everybody calls him Teflon
yeah,
Don, but he's
China,
so weak.
His China policy has as much to do with the inflation that we've experienced in the last 4 years as anything Biden's done.
Yeah, yeah.
I worked for a company that all of a sudden, in one day, everything cost 15% more to ship over here.
Mm-hmm. And that was before COVID.
Yeah,
exactly. And that was before COVID.
I was screaming about this in 2016. I'm like, you don't want this guy.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz is a warmongering motherfucker, but he's better than what this guy would be, because everything else he has some kind of principle at, and
Dude,
he would
the
give it a
bad lip
shot.
reading episodes with Ted Cruz were fucking hilarious.
Oh, those were so good.
I like to eat human hair. Yeah.
Oh, they were so good.
But
I got to have dinner with Ted Cruz's dad. You want to talk about some motherfucker that has a story?
You mean Fidel Castro?
Yeah, well, Ted Cruz's dad escaped Fidel in 1959.
Oh no, I thought he was Fidel Castro.
No, this guy was pretty cool. Raul. I mean, he was good.
Oh, his dad was Raul Castro. Yeah, sorry, I knew his dad was one of the
See,
Castros.
you just don't fucking listen.
Yeah,
you would have known that if you fucking listened.
Yeah.
God damn kids and their rock and roll music video games.
God,
hula hoops and Pac-Man and
Hula hoops and Pac-Man. Your Space Invaders have ruined your mind.
They definitely have.
Jesus Christ, what a pitfall!
Damn
My
rock and
Atari
roll.
2600.
But yeah, I remember you saying stuff
Get
about
off my
that
lawn.
whenever that first happened, and then when COVID happened, that made it even worse, obviously.
Yep.
But I mean, we've been indebted to China manufacturing our shit for a couple decades now.
They're indebted to us as much as we're indebted to them. This is what people don't talk about.
I don't think so.
Well, I know you don't, but I've been in the business for fucking 30 years. They are indebted to us as much. It's mutually assured destruction. China destroying us would be the death of their country.
I think that's us making ourselves feel better than what a reality actually is.
That is reality.
China could cut us off and still do the same amount of business with all the BRICS nations.
50% of their whole production comes here. You spread it out through the rest of the world.
But so you actually act like they have to give their people a living wage.
They don't care. They just I don't get that. China's fucked.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the leaders in China know that if America goes down, China goes down. They're not going to do something that's going to. So all this conspiracy bullshit and stuff like that.
They bought all our debt.
No, they bought all our debt, but we buy all their stuff. So they bought our debt with our money.
Yeah, exactly.
What's debt though? That's nothing. That's made up bullshit. Well, they're not actually loaning us money.
No.
We're just selling them bonds.
We're just selling them bonds. Yeah.
Which is an IOU, just like on Dumb and Dumber when he has a case of fucking IOUs in it.
And if we just go to China and say, we're not paying your bonds, are they going to attack us? What are they going to do?
No, I mean, they can just cut us off from the fucking supply chain and that'd be it. We're done.
They'd cut it off in the supply chain and then we could start, things would change here. It would be the greatest thing in the world because all of a sudden, all the union guys are getting paid $50 an hour to bolt a fucking a bumper on a Chevy. Would be like, oh shit! Now this is a $15 an hour job.
They still would be lazy pieces of shit. I think.
Yeah, but they'd be
the laziest fucks on the planet.
They're talking about all this manufacturing coming back. I mean, it has been coming back.
We've been talking about that since 2016, though.
It hasn't been.
The only reason it came back was because
never
of
left,
lockdown.
guys. It never left. Manufacturing in this country never left. What we do here is high-end manufacturing. The low-end manufacturing is what we're doing in China. And we used to do it in Japan. And if you were, if you remember the 70s, if something was made in Japan, you laughed at it because it's built like a piece of shit, right? I mean, that's just, this made in Japan garbage. Then all of a sudden, people started realizing, that it wasn't shit. It was stuff that was well made because they learned as they went along. The early stuff was garbage. And then they learned as they went along. Same with China. China is.
They said that in Back to the Future.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
There was Back to the Future and The Simpsons. You just watch those. It'll tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, but see, that's kind of how economies move, though. As economies get bigger and bigger, the emerging markets are the ones that take over the low-paying, low-quality jobs.
Absolutely.
And then it keeps on going from there. And China is growing out of that. Plus, with all the shit that we're doing, isolating Russia and everything like that, it's just making it to where they're just going to start supplying everybody who fucking hates us, which is most of the fucking world.
But they
Like most of the world hates
China's
us. Nobody's afraid of us anymore.
Chinese
It doesn't matter if Trump got in or not.
Russia's mostly land and not people. And so Russia has that issue. The place to watch is South America, because South America has people South America has resources and people. And right now it's in a war between the countries of, are we going socialist? Are we going communist? Are we going like what Argentina just did? They have everything. If South America get their shit together, they could take over the world, literally take over the world. I don't think they will, but they have everything that's needed right there. They got the biggest oil reserves in the world. They've got people. They've got woodland, land, farmland, everything.
Well, when the United States government goes into their country and helps them assassinate 37 political fucking opponents to the president of Mexico, so some fucking white Jewish lady becomes president of Mexico miraculously after 37 fucking people who try to get that job miraculously got assassinated. I mean, do you really think South America is going to grow? No,
they're not going to
grow.
I said watch what South America does. I'm not talking about Mexico. Mexico's a shit show.
The only way that South America is going to grow is if they go and ask China to help them instead of America. We are falling.
South America is going to grow. South America will grow if South America, the different countries in South America don't fight each other like Europe did. Chile isn't the arch enemy of Venezuela. When these people figure out, okay, the socialist thing's working, let's pool our resources and do what China did. We can still be a communist regime, but let's pool our resources and turn this into something big. They have everything they need to do that, and watch what happens. I guarantee you, 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about what South America's. We're worrying about them invading the United States, because they'll take over Mexico. Because Mexico is just run by.
Technically, are worrying about them taking over the United States with the border crisis.
Yeah, well, not really. We're not really worried about. I'm not that takeover. The takeover I'm talking about, Chris, is an economic takeover, which the border crisis thing that's a.
Well, all we have to do is send all of our SJWs down there, and they'll initiate race-based divide and conquer politics in no time down there. They'll be like, well, you guys are dark skinned and they're light skinned.
We haven't sent them
the
to
hegemony.
Gaza yet.
Huh?
We haven't sent them to Gaza yet.
No, not yet. But they're clearing that out. They're clearing it out for the beachfront properties. All right. That's what they want.
That's true.
They got to have that waterfront property, man. That's high value shit. I mean, you heard Jared Kushner.
Well, what are you going to do with that? I mean,
What do you mean, what are they going to do with it? Gaza will be Israel. I mean, what don't you see? You didn't see that since day one? You haven't seen it?
Gaza was Israel. And Israel gave it back to Gaza and said, here's your place. I mean, and like I said, there ain't a lot of white hats in that whole situation over there.
No, there's no white hats in that situation.
But I'll tell you what, I don't give a shit what happened 20 years ago. Someone bombs my family, I'm going to kill every one of those motherfuckers.
Every one of those fuckers, including the babies. Cook the babies. I don't. That's just.
With the way the IDF has been acting, I would not be surprised if the Mossad was the one who carried out that attack on October 7th. I would not be surprised to blame the Palestinians and exterminate all of them.
So why did all the Palestinians come out and say that they did it?
Final solution, man. Why did all the Germans fucking go along with everything that the fucking Nazi government said?
Because they were scared to their fucking core of being murdered.
And the same with the Palestinians. They've been living in an open air prison camp for the last 50 years.
I'm not telling the Palestinians.
They have no balls. Zero balls.
Exactly. So
so they do what they're fucking told. That's why 20,000.
And do what happens when you do what you're fucking told in an evil way? You get fucking murdered.
No, but they didn't. I have a feeling they didn't do it. I have a feeling it was the Mossad who carried out that attack on Israelis. I have a feeling that
if they didn't rise up against it on their own people, then it's their problem.
No, I'm saying that I think Israel orchestrated that attack to blame it on Palestine, to exterminate all the fuckers, push them all into the river or into the sea, whichever one they cannot swim in, and then they take over all of Gaza, and then they're going to do it over on the other side.
They could take over all of Gaza in a day without even blinking.
Yeah, I know, but they're doing it nice.
And they haven't done it, and I don't think that, like I said, this has been going.
They just bombed the last city left.
this has been going on since I was a kid, man, with Gold in My Ear.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, that's how far I go back.
Idi Amin and fucking.
This is the same thing going on over and over and over and over, and it's going to simmer down, and everybody's going to forget about it, and then somebody's going to attack somebody else, and then all of a sudden it's going to start a shit show again.
Right.
The biggest thing that
if the Arab world gave a shit about it and thought that Israel was really stomping on it, it would be over. It would be over.
What Arab world?
Saudi Arabia would not stand for it.
Saudi Arabia and the Emirates, man.
They're owned by America. What else? What other country? The King of Jordan, owned by America. The fucking military leader of Egypt, owned by America. If Lebanon's the only thing that could pose
if
a threat.
Iran really wanted to do something about it, they could, and they're not. They said, hey, we're going to shoot like fucking 2,700 missiles over to you on 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're going to do this. They're going to be launching here, you'll be over here, you can shoot them all down. Yeah, it's just it's.
And guess what? That small little show of force did. It made Israel shit their fucking pants because they realized, we can't compete.
Israel didn't shit their pants. They
Bullshit.
they didn't. They said
they
said
all
right.
Their pants. They started yelling louder.
They would have shit their pants if they weren't warned about it first.
Well,
if that just happened and those would have landed, then that would have been a different story. But they just basically what Iran says, say, hey, we're going to check out your Iron Dome, so fire it up, and it worked.
Well, I like Aaron's take on the whole thing. So, I mean, you know, when he talks about this stuff, it's just like, yeah, it's just, you know, your little green stripe, you know, people that wear the crochet vests and everything, you know, send them over there and see, you know, if they don't get thrown off the top of a freaking building, you know.
They don't fight wars any more than the fucking rich Republicans that vote for all the wars who fucking fighting wars either.
Well, I mean,
it's John McCain, fucking lying ass piece of shit. None of them motherfuckers.
College kids going crazy, you know, over this stuff. You know, they're pro-Palestine, but they have no idea what the savagery is in that area. That not only with the Palestinians, but also with the Israelis or the Saudi Arabian people. I mean, there's a whole different culture that these people don't even fucking know about, dude. All they hear is what they hear on the mainstream news and what their professors tell them.
These people haven't been even punched in the face once or been in a fight.
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them haven't been. They haven't been. You can tell.
I've been watching a lot of these little, you know, you see the little clips of different protesters getting in all these people's faces and screaming and yelling, and I'm waiting to start seeing people get knocked the fuck out because
Americans don't know how to fight anymore.
Yeah, it's sad.
No, I can tell you, the movie WALL-E. That's where we're at already.
WALL-E wasn't that that was good.
That is the movie. When I always think about America and how America is being right now, it is WALL-E,
there
for sure.
We
are there.
WALL-E was a documentary.
Huh?
Yeah, WALL-E was
a documentary.
I ordered the WALL-E chair, the one that floats around you watch TV with. I got one coming from fucking Alibaba.
That sounds fantastic.
Nice.
No, I was like, you remember, God, was it like 2014-ish when they were doing like the Occupy Wall Street and shutting down the financial district in Chicago and all this other shit. And I was working there during that nonsense, and I actually had to run out from my club to go down to the grocery store that was down the street from where my club was because we were missing a few things. The guy got shorted on my delivery. And I'm walking out there, and I had some obnoxious purple-haired wingnut with a symbol on a stick, like a CYMBAL. So like,
oh, okay. I was going to say, like, what kind of symbol?
Like one of these.
Yeah,
one of those, a zildjian, and on a stick. And he was banging it with a. He had a drumstick and he had a stick with a symbol on it. He's like bang, 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 and he's screaming in people's faces. And he came and got right up in my grill. And he was like, I'm doing this for you, you wage slave. Because I happened to have my chef's gear on. So I looked like somebody that was working.
Wage slave.
And I, like, the only thing that restrained me from knocking this guy on his ass was as I was drawing back, because I was getting ready to hit him. I was not in the mood. I was having a bad day. The fact that I had to go to the grocery store, it all pissed me off. The fact that I couldn't get in my car and go because these assholes had the streets filled really pissed me off. So I was already in a bad mood. I start to haul back, and I'm like, and I see a cop right out of the corner of my eyes.
Yep.
And I'm like, I got to go get this dinner ready. I don't have time.
Yeah, it's not worth going to jail.
Motherfucker.
And see, that's what's wrong with America.
Yeah,
you can't punch somebody without going to jail. You can't even punch somebody back after they punch you without you going to jail as well too. Like that's why our country
in certain areas, in some areas,
in everywhere,
like everywhere. No, it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere.
Who has the standard ground? Who has the standard ground in there?
Regularly out here where I'm at, it's this shit like that happens, and the guy doesn't go to jail. He doesn't.
Do you have a stand your ground, Ken?
No, it's called self-defense. You have a right to.
What about Illinois? I'm sure doesn't have a stand your ground.
No,
Illinois has a shut your mouth.
Much more. It's you have to be able to really depend. Well, it depends on where you are, honestly, because it is the way things were intended. It depends on judge and jury. If you're in like Chicago or Springfield or a couple of the other more metropolitan areas, no, you don't have any real right to defend yourself. You have to hand over your wallet and your watch and your car keys and hope they don't kill you for your trouble. Because otherwise, you're going to wind up in front of a judge. And if you're actually defending yourself, these fucking liberal piece of shit judges will prosecute you.
Yep.
Now, if you happen to be a newcomer that is just out there trying to feed his family with somebody else's wallet and you attack somebody with a machete in the middle of the day, they're going to tell you to stop that, tell you have to come back for your court date, and then let you back out on the street.
Now, which is why whenever I go to court for this shit, I got a nice little mini skirt and some nylons and a high heels. I show up in and say I'm trans, and then they're like, okay, you're free to go.
I identify as a walrus.
It's the trick.
I have to sleep tonight, guys.
If you don't respect my walrus self, I use pronouns, and I demand to be recognized as I was behaving as my walrus instincts told me to.
My native name is Lick a Seal.
Looks like you blew a seal, buddy. No, it's just ice cream.
Well, you know what they say about marriage: a ring doesn't seal blow by.
Wow.
So many ideas. So many.
There is all of that.
So much material for Jason over there too.
Well, let's just say, like we started the show, I had Canada Dry, right? Like this, there's no more mix left, so I have to just go straight.
So what's with the Irish whiskey, dude?
I know it's your favorite.
No. I'm not to bring my own whiskey. I'm not to stop by and get some whiskey.
I didn't say it's the only whiskey I have. I also have some really good smoky Scotch.
No, I can't do that.
No, I've got some special whiskey I got when I was down to Kentucky. That's real whiskey.
Got some special whiskey.
It's 1910. Well, that's the sauce. But after the whiskey, you're gonna see this. You'll see the sauce.
After the whiskey, the sauce ain't too bad. I mean,
that's true. That's true.
Like $20 is $20.
That's right. You know what Harco says?
Exactly. That's my
motto.
Yeah, exactly. That's my motto.
I can't hear you, ma'am. Speak through the tube.
Exactly.
That was very sexist to me, and I apologize to all our women out there.
No,
we have women viewers. Oh, we do, because my mother-in-law, she watches this podcast. She loves it.
Well, then she knows how to talk like that, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, she loves it. Yeah.
And what, Bruce? You did not hear what I said.
What?
I said she knows how to talk like that.
I said yes.
You said she loves it. Yeah, she loves talking with it.
Oh
in her mouth.
Okay,
that's literally what we just said.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, that's why I was like, Bruce, you did not hear what I said.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry because
this is his mother-in-law you're talking about. Have a little fucking respect.
Well, it's not his mom. It's okay if he does it.
Wherever. Yeah.
No, it's not his mom. It's okay if he does it to her. It's mother-in-law. He does it to her daughter. He can do it to mom. They're all adults. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, they're all adults. It's fine.
She talks about you all the time. She goes, "Who's that guy says fuck all the time?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's how it goes."
That's just his urban dialect.
It's my urban vernacular, as Jason Stapleton says.
Urban vernacular.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually kind of weird not being the one that, the guy that says fuck way too much.
Yeah, I don't even notice half the time whenever I say it.
No, for you, it's just like it's like
It's
a
like
high
I
school
say
girl saying
whenever I
like.
say whenever I
Rolls off
breathe
the tongue.
in
It just
as I'm
rolls
talking.
off the tongue. Yeah.
For me, it's just a space filler.
Yeah,
I want to get a little
Jelly
thing
rolled
going
fuck
between you
muppet
and
is-
Jason.
That's my newest one. I like the jelly rolled fuck muppet thing.
We got to do a
that's pretty
sample.
shit.
The Jelly Rolled Fuck Muppet is that you made me
that is
spit out
classic.
coffee one morning when you said that in the car on the windshield.
Well, I'm glad to know that struck a chord with people. I've
This
actually
jelly filled
had so many
fuck puppet. Oh,
I've had so many people like, I've never heard that before. Well, no shit, you never heard that before. Who says something like that? I say stuff like that because I have issues. I am not well adjusted. I am not
all of us who do
medicated.
podcasts, we all have issues.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I've found my tribe apparently,
Yeah.
but yeah,
we will follow.
Yes, if I build it, they will come, and when they're done, they will listen.
I've spent 12 years online, never swearing, never, trying to like if you look through all my posts and all this stuff, even back when I was doing political stuff, it was always trying to be like really cogent, intelligent arguments and stuff like that. And then I met Bruce and Harkos, and right out the window.
Well, in my coaching I had with Jason Stapleton last week, my private coaching, like we were sitting there like going back and forth talking about different things in my business, and like he asked me a question about something, and I was like, no, I was like, I think he asked me about, we were talking about something, and we got on to talk about like streaming, like streaming music and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I was like, no, like these people are fucking retarded. And most of these people don't know. No, he was talking about that, and he was like, "Oh yeah, your problem right now is you're finding a lot of people who want to talk, but they don't actually have any money." I was like, "Yeah, these motherfuckers aren't serious. I need real." He's like, "Yeah, say that exactly that." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So I was going to tell these people they're all a bunch of pieces of shit. He's like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's you."
Well,
like, just go say it.
Unspeak your truth.
Yeah,
Well, no,
exactly.
The beauty of it is he's very right when you say when you're talking to groups, don't ever not be yourself, but be more of yourself to whatever group you're talking to. I've done it. My son asked me, he's like, "How do you go and talk to all these bikers?" And then next time you're talking to a bunch of fucking like lawyers and shit, and both of them accept you. I'm like, because I understand the audience.
Mm-hmm.
You talk to the audience that's in front of you.
Yeah, and I think he was talking to me. He's like, "Well, if you're going to be out here in the hip hop community, you just need to lay it out on the line."
Right.
Just be like, hey, what you're doing is fucking bullshit. You're fucking off. And so like that's why he's like, you just need to tell people, be like, if you're a serious artist, then come talk to me. If you're a fucking hobbyist, go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, that was your post today.
Yeah, exactly. That's my stuff.
Well, and Chris, honestly, I'll tell you this, firsthand. Because you are the way you are and the way that like we've got to know you through the Nomad Network and the stuff like that. We saw like kind of like the real you of what you are. I'm like, well, this guy's real. He's really living this shit.
Yeah.
Well, seriously. And I listened to your podcast back in the, in the hip hop days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you're putting your videos out. I'm like, this guy's really living this. This isn't bullshit.
No.
It's not like what I'm doing, which is all lies and smoke and mirrors.
Right. No,
Exactly.
whenever I create a video,
I got a green
Everything I
screen
say
in the
is
back,
bullshit.
and I'm freaking in the Bahamas.
All I do is AI art. I've never painted anything in my life.
Exactly. No,
And make it all up.
whenever I make a post or I create a video about something or an email about something, it's because of some shit that's going on. Something happened. Something I'm dealing with. I saw somebody say something, and a lot of times I start off my videos with that as well too. I was on Facebook yesterday. I saw somebody say this.
Bruce. God fucking Bruce.
You know what I'm saying? And just
he's got this old guy comments on his shit. We're not hiring him. Is that his uncle or something?
No. I these motherfuckers here lately. I'm running an ad on my music page, and it's going pretty well. Doing these conversion ads and stuff like that, which is a new service we're getting ready to start up. But no, like on the ad, the comments I've been getting, everybody keeps fucking saying something that has to do with Eminem. It's really pissing me off because that's like the one artist I hate the most.
We all thought he was your inspiration.
No, he's not. He's the opposite of my inspiration.
You are a white man into hip hop, and you hate white freaking hip hop artists, and I don't get it, dude.
It's because of Eminem.
Don't get it.
It's because of Eminem.
What about Snow?
I can't stand
Snow.
Eminem. Yeah,
What did
his
Eminem
voice.
do?
He started making music. That's his first offense, and his second offense is taking on the mantle of being the token of all white hip hop artists, and he took on all of the stereotypes of a white dude trying to be black and all that shit, and it completely fucked up all the rest of us who are not him, who are not poser pieces of shit like him. All the real ones who actually love.
But he's not a poser. He's
he is.
Hugely
you
successful.
saw him with the whole Black Lives Matter throwing his fist up for fucking Neil McGee over there in the NFL.
He was feeling it, my brother.
He's a piece of shit.
He was.
He only does that so he can keep getting checks.
Aaron, you into hip hop?
Oh, a bit.
A bit.
I'm very eclectic in my tastes.
There you go.
I like, I like hip hop. I like
a good Ben Shapiro hip hop.
That motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's yeah.
I just never out of all the music that we always talk about in here is I'm not a metalhead. I just can't.
What do you consider metal? Like, what would be
metal.
one band? Like, would you say Metallica and Slipknot are metal, or what would you call
Well,
metal?
I don't do Metallica because basically I kind of missed that whole era, so I really haven't really listened to them much.
How'd you miss it? You've been alive for 200 years.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I turned off that.
He still listened to his harpsichord back then. That's the thing.
Well, Rumpelstiltskin slept through the 80s and 90s.
When I started, when I was a DJ back in the 80s, it was all about Salt and Pepper and
Safety Dance.
Games, all that stuff. So that to me, and I don't know, no offense, Harkos, I don't know if that's the roots of hip hop or what you call that, R&B. I don't really know what you call it. It was the end of disco and the beginning of something.
Yeah, and that era was interesting.
Well, everyone knows Blondie. Blondie in the 70s started hip hop.
Right, exactly. Yeah, she started.
But it was kind of a weird segue into whatever happened in the 90s. I mean, that whole 80s scene was totally.
The 90s was the shit. God.
Yeah, it was totally different.
90s music was.
And I was into the grunge. I was into like Soundgarden and Nirvana and stuff like that. I just never did the Metallica.
Yeah, so you need some good like Viking death metal. That's what you need.
I mean, some of the stuff that Jason posts on the stuff.
Yeah, listen to some shit on Jason's playlist.
Some of that stuff, it's pretty demented, but could be played on Dr. Demento if he was still alive. So
Dr. Demento was the best.
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't.
I used to listen to him on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock at night. I was supposed to be in bed. Go
listen to Dr. Demento. Listen to Spike Jones. Spike Jones.
Fuck's his name? Weird Al Yankovic got stuff.
Weird Al. Yeah, that's where Weird Al got
Yankovic. Yeah, well, Weird Al was after Dr. Demento.
Well, no, he was during Dr. Demento's show.
Yeah, that's where he went huge because Dr. Demento was at his prime when Weird Al Yankovic. Again, it was the 80s.
Right.
You were already busy trying to work on your retirement. So, but Dr. Demento brought a lot of people.
Right behind me, folks. He's the next oldest here.
No, not compared to you. Come on.
Yeah, compared to me, baby.
Just because he's the next one doesn't mean there's not a huge gap of about
okay, boomer.
Years.
I said what the millennials say. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, Bruce actually is a fucking boomer, though.
I am a boomer. I am a boomer.
He's a late boomer, and I'm an early Xer. So
Yeah. So we both dig Marilyn Chambers. So
that's right. Because Bruce, remember when Bruce was a tail gunner in the B-24 over fucking Berlin, he was.
I thought he was a test pilot in the first plane in World War I.
No, but he was one of the kamikazes that when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. I know that. For a
see what I have to put up with Aaron? Fuck, dude. Can I come on your show?
He was there. Bruce was there to see the Wright brothers in their first flight.
That's right. He pulled the plane back.
I missed that day. I was sick. Yeah, I was sick that day. Anyway,
you loaned him a bicycle chain.
Yeah,
that's right. Bruce has one of those bikes with the big front wheel, and he's got a handlebar mustache. He grows out. He's got it folded down now, kind of in a.
Oh, dude. Okay,
dude.
so do you guys have unicyclists around your areas?
Yes.
Are
There's
they the
Minneapolis.
most annoying motherfuckers on the
yes,
planet?
Yes, they are the most.
Do they always
annoying
do they
motherfuckers
have
on
to
the
do the weird hand movements as they're
All
going
the
down the
time,
road?
That's how
dude.
they keep their
Fuck them.
balance, because there's the guy like right at the end of my street, like around the house. It's like the end of the block, and it's like there's only one house on the cross street there because the block's only like that fucking wide. But it's several years ago. It was my wife's aunt's house, right? And she died, and they sold it, and like 4 20-something-year-old assholes pooled their money together and bought it together, and it has become this house full of just fucking mouth breathers. And I shouldn't say this because I mean, they're not bad guys, but they do some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. So I mean, like when we got our new dog and we found out she had heartworm, we waited till after the 4th of July to give her the heartworm treatments because we had to keep her calm for 30 straight days. And
Yeah, I had to
So-
do that with my dog a couple years ago.
yeah, it sucks. And she's a freaking cattle dog, so keeping her calm was a feat in of itself.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
But she's also very gun shy, so like explosions scare her. She's freaking out during the fireworks. So we waited till after the 4th of July to start the treatment because we figured it could be easier to keep her calm. And all of a sudden one night I was like, boom, boom, like just mortar after mortar after mortar. And I go outside and I'm like, these motherfuckers here. Now I walked over really calmly just to talk to them. I'm like, hey guys, look, I don't want to, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to shit in anybody's cornflakes, but we waited till after the 4th of July. My dog's on a heartworm treatment right now, and I'm trying to keep her calm, and it's really hard to do with you guys launching fucking mortars every 3 minutes. Could you just give the fireworks a rest? 30 days. That's all I need. She'll be off the treatment. Then you can be as fucking stupid as you want. And the two of the guys were like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. The one drunk 20 whatever year old, who the fuck's this guy think he is? Are you that prick that called the cops? I'm like, this is why I say they're actually pretty cool guys, because I was like, if I called the cops, I wouldn't be over here talking to you. They would be talking to you. If
I don't
somebody
call the
called the
cops.
cops,
Yep.
it was somebody else. I don't call the cops. If you piss me off, I'll come over here and burn your fucking house down. And they kind of looked at me and they were like, oh, this dude's all right. You want a beer or something? I'm like, no, I'm going back in the house with my fucking dog that's like neurotic and dying. But
Yeah, exactly.
please, no more boom boom. I don't want to have to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are going to call the cops? No, I'm not going to call the cops. I'm going to come back and burn your fucking house down.
We had some kids that
And then you'll have to call the fire department. That's simple.
in my old neighborhood, we had some kids that were like driving through the neighborhood at like fucking 60, 70 miles an hour. Just stupid, right? Whatever. So we finally, a bunch of us got sick of it. And they all come over to my house because they're doing their golf carts, and they got baseball bats and shit. And I'm like, they're like, we're going to go talk to this guy and tell him he's going to get his kids to shut the fuck up and slow the hell down. Because everyone's been yelling, and they were doing dangerous shit. And none of us were going to call the police. And I'm like, you guys, you're in golf carts. That's not very intimidating.
Hey,
I, at the time, had an S10 pickup that no two panels matched. It was rotten. And I said, everyone jump in the back of this. We're going to drive this right up into their fucking lawn, because the place they lived was a rental. I knew the owner because he had, built the house and moved out years ago. And I could do anything I want. I could drive through the front fucking driveway or door if I need to. So we roll up on this thing, and there's 6 of us in fucking baseball bats and shit, walking out to this guy's back garage where all the kids were hanging out. And the kids start giving us shit. They start talking smack to us, like that. Like, who the fuck do you think you are coming over here and stuff like that? And the dad saw the look on all of our faces because he was one of the other dads. And it's just like, you've been driving around like this? Well, no, these guys are, and he's he just fucking lit this kid up and just about killed him. Like, it was great. We drove away. We never had another problem. It was handled. No police were called. No anything. No one got hit. No one got hurt. The 2 times I've pulled a handgun and stuck it in someone's face and never had to pull the trigger.
That's a plus.
Ever. And that's the majority of what happens. Majority of the time when you have to do something like that, no one gets shot. But you don't hear about it because, I didn't have a well, you got shot.
I
How late you working?
I thought you got shot.
never got shot. Fuck no.
I got shot once. It's not
Losers
fun.
get shot. Come on now, I'm a winner.
I didn't get
So
shot.
look at it, Colin. Yeah.
I don't get
I
shot.
think-
That's in a missile silo. You don't get
Just
shot
like,
in a missile silo.
I'm just like Trump whenever it comes to John McCain. I like my soldiers who don't get captured.
There you go.
Yeah.
How late you
Wait.
working tonight, Harkos?
I don't know. I gotta do some. Actually, it's tomorrow already. So no,
Yeah, it's tomorrow for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Jeez, I was up till 2 a.m. last night. About 10 o'clock, I came down here, Bruce, and I picked up the bass and started trying to figure some shit out.
There you go, baby.
And then I'm like, oh, that was good. I'm gonna play drums for a while.
Is that when you wrote that proposal? Because I found some typos in there. I'm like,
Oh, you'll always find typos with me.
Oh, okay.
Always. I'm
because the word
dyslexic
"sell"
as
did not have
fuck.
an S in it.
Yeah, you're gonna need some earplugs when me and Ken get together, dude. It's gonna be bad.
That's right.
It's gonna be real bad.
No, I mean, you guys can have.
Jason,
sex
are you going to
with
come up
anyone,
that night,
I don't
that
care.
Thursday night? Can you sneak away for a couple hours?
It
I'm an hour
depends.
away. It's an hour and 5 minutes from your house to my house.
It depends because my wife doesn't get off work till 6,
Can I bribe her?
or she won't be home till 6.
Well, she won't be home till 6. Well, that gets you here by 7:30. And
Time change. Don't forget about time change.
Yeah, the time change.
Well, there we go. We got our bonus content. We thank Aaron again, man. Fucking
Yeah,
thanks for
Aaron,
coming
thanks.
in.
You're one of the guys. I mean,
You're one of the guys now. You're
Well,
one of
thank
us.
you. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Like bullshit.
You could be. Let me see. Who haven't we named on the View? Because we got White Whoopi up there. That's Ken and yeah.
All right. So who's Joy? That's what I need to know.
Bruce is Joy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Full on, because he's the old broad.
Yep.
I do need
Anyway.
to get a dreadlocks wig so I can pull this off
Exactly.
better.
You do need to. But man, yeah. Again, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And all the co-hosts, of course,
We all
was there. And I got to do some editing on this one because we always do the editing. Harko's supposed to do the editing. I've done the editing in the last couple of ones, but
What editing? There's no editing needs to be done.
I did some editing on the last one.
Oh.
yeah, but just
Because you guys
basically
went
stuff
along.
you said.
That's because we cut it off and I don't know, for some got a little personal or something like that. So I did a little fade out at the end with you talking or something like that. I can remember that. You can go listen to it.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
So you guys, you'll have to. I'm riding again on 2 wheels during the summertime. I don't ever know. It's all a matter of whether if I'm on 2 wheels or not, and I can jump on there too. But all you hear is what? So
Exactly.
It just gives Jason more time to talk, and that
Yeah. He
You
said
get you one
like
of those
4
helmets
words
that helps
all
him,
this
man.
episode.
Jason
So
can't
Jason-
talk over.
Jason on the morning show is producer Jason. So, make sure that you correct him make sure you address him by his right name, producer
I don't
Jason.
give a fuck what you
I
call
like
me.
PJ. I like PJR. That's good. It's like the PBJ podcast there that
I like
Harkos
that.
listens
I
to.
like
Yeah,
that.
the PVJ
That's cool.
podcast.
We'll have
I listen to
we'll
him every day
have to
too.
He says he doesn't give a fuck, but he's working and all, and
I don't
he's got
have no
the
time to
clacking,
take a
the
look.
beeping, and all that shit in the background.
Jason's the only one actually acting on this shit right now and making money while he's talking. He's sitting there. He's just like, hey, "You guys say what you want. I got shit to do."
Yep.
Well, yeah.
All right, guys.
Some of the morning calls, yes, I am actually working, and
You
We
are.
can hear him.
We can
Yeah.
hear you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you. Yeah.
especially with my mug press
Loud-ass
going
keyboard.
off here.
Yeah, fuck, that thing is so fucking loud.
Loud ass
Yeah,
keyboard too.
It's like, oh fuck, because I got my earpiece in. I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah, there's been a
I
couple of times
I
where I
tried
might have
muting
dropped the
myself
barbell
on
on myself.
All right, guys, I'm out. I'm always the first out.
Bruce is always the first out, and we usually go for 3 or 4 more hours. So you're welcome to stay.
I don't know if I can.
And he's 3 hours ahead of us, so
Yeah, I know.
he's still got daylight left to burn. I think.
He misses all the midget porn.
Yeah,
Well, if
I
it's
love
gonna be that
midget
kind of
porn.
party,
yeah, I love midget porn.
Yeah,
They fit you a
that's pretty
suitcase
much
just
my,
fine.
But I'm
that's
gonna
my
leave.
Instagram algorithm now.
I'll leave Harkos to his Stormy Daniels stuff. He thinks Stormy Daniels is shit. So
I'm gonna
She's good
send you a
looking.
couple of links tomorrow, and you'll change
She's
your
good
tone.
looking. She's not as good looking as the lady that Hunter Biden knocked up and then ignored the child. That's a good
the
looking one there,
Colombian
too.
prostitute or whatever.
No, she wasn't Colombian. She's an American chick.
Mm.
But
so was she? Was she a Waffle House waitress or what?
no. She was a political operative that was at something, and there was Megyn Kelly just did an interview with her a few days ago that I saw. I'm like, what? She got her on the show, unbelievable, and she's still like not hating the guy, which was great because Megan's just, and you can imagine what Megyn Kelly's doing an interview and Biden's
Well, she
lover.
don't hate the guy.
Yeah,
And-
why
and
would
he
she
did
hate
money
him?
out of
He's
him.
still giving her fucking
He's still
money.
giving her money.
But he
Probably
wasn't.
still giving her the,
Well, and she's really good. She's really good looking. I'm like,
as
well,
our Trubisky would say, the
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, if she's good looking, then she was probably a sex operative, not just a standard political
Oh, this
operative.
this one was not smart enough to be a sex operative.
No, that's
She's
the best ones.
She was a political operative, which are
Right.
very easy.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. We'll see
All
you
right,
guys
we'll see
later. Thanks, Aaron. We'll see you again.
Whatever. Enjoy your Geritol.
I will. I'm gonna go take a big freaking hit of it right now. For me to sleep.
That's right.
It's a smoky Geritol.
Enjoy. I'm gonna head out too. I've got to get up early tomorrow and ride a motorcycle for a living, so that's hard. So I will see you guys later on, and I look forward to your show, Aaron. Whenever the next one comes out, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It'll be Tuesday. I'd go for consistency if nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't know about quality, but I'm consistent.
Well, I haven't had a bad one yet, so
You got to go way back to the beginning for those.
They weren't that bad. They were actually good. I liked them.
they were good. I've listened to them all, man. I've listened to them all because I've gone back. We just did a 3,000 or 4,000 mile road trip. I'm like, and my wife got a total fucking kick out of your shit because she talks like a sailor, and she's like, this guy's awesome.
Well, I
Like,
appreciate
okay,
it.
well, let's listen to
All right,
another one. Let's listen to another one. I just put it on Spotify, and we're driving down the road through Nebraska at 90 miles an hour with the air conditioning on, and my black Lincoln Town car, just listening to your shit, making me laugh.
That explains some of those numbers I was listening to. No, I was looking at some of the analytics the other day because, like I always say, it's not like I'm doing huge numbers where it's really complicated, but every now and then I get these weird ass spikes where it's like, you had 17 plays in the middle of bumfuck Dakota, and I'm like,
You're welcome.
thank you.
I might have played it 16 times. Who knows?
Yeah, but I get these weird spikes where it's like, the most recent episode has 35 plays, but you had 375 streams in the last 6 days. Like, huh?
How? Yeah, no, I know.
I'm like, I don't get it. I got 35 plays on the most recent episode, and the idea of people going and listening to the back catalog just to this day just mystifies the hell out of me. I'm like, why does anybody listen to me run my mouth? I don't get it.
That's,
It's irritating.
if somebody likes one episode they listen, they go and start listening to everything they haven't heard before. That's just
Exactly.
that's standard. Like the ad campaign that I'm running right now on one of my songs is the second most. So on Spotify for music, you have streams. Obviously, you got the listeners. You also have saves and playlist ads, right? Where people add that song to their playlist.
Right.
The song I'm running ads on right now is the second highest in all of those stats. The first highest one is another song in my catalog that everybody seems to like more. So like people are going to my catalog based off of the one that they're seeing on the ad, but then they listen to something else, and the one that keeps popping up is another song of mine called Unstoppable. And like Unstoppable has double the amount of streams as the one that I'm running ads on.
Unstoppable's a good one though.
It is pretty good. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not like your other crap.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like my other shit. But no, it's like I'm running an ad on Running Around, and that's attracting people. But then like they like stop on Unstoppable, and then they can't unstop it.
They'll look around.
Yeah, and so like I'm getting like it's insane. Like I was sitting here looking at the numbers, and then of course like that song got added to some bullshit little fucking playlist for a couple of days, which pissed me off because it fucked up my numbers a little bit. But I can just delete that shit.
Well, I'm hoping we've got one night Thursday when you're up here that we can put something together, because I really like what you do. You have a talent that I don't have. The idea of that to be able to just free form or freestyle like you do. I have nothing that. I'm like the whitest of whiteness.
I don't freestyle.
Well, you would do.
That's all like written.
Well, bring some shit that you've written, because I can freestyle beats, like actual on the drums, and we can do some stuff.
I can write some stuff. It takes me a couple seconds, but I can usually write it. But yeah.
I think it'd be fun to do.
Yeah, like these numbers are crazy, man. Like I got fucking 138 saves, or saves on Unstoppable, and Running Round has 54.
Wow.
like it has like triple the amount of saves. The listeners is the listeners is only about almost double. So like the listeners on Running Around is like 87, and it's like 160-ish on Unstoppable. But then like the streams over the last 7 days. Last 7 days on Running Around, the streams is 247, but on Unstoppable it's like almost 600. It's like, so people are listening to the one that I'm running ads on, and then they're going back and doing other things. Like
that's cool.
Yeah, like it's crazy. And then like they're going through and they're like saving all these other songs as well too, and listening to them as well too. And it's so like, you know, to tie that in with what you were just saying, excuse me, Aaron, is that like when people like one thing that you put out, they're gonna go back and listen to some more.
Right.
And then some more, and they'll binge, you know, for a few episodes. And then if it's continuously living up to their expectations from the first thing that they got from you, then they're gonna keep listening, you know. So I mean, I understand where you said that, you know. I think what you just said, where you're like, oh, it just blows my mind that people want to go back and listen to my back catalog and hear me talk. I think you're just still kind of shocked that people actually give a fuck about what you say.
Oh yeah, that's
what I heard when you said that.
I mean, like Jason's been one of my biggest supporters since I started this whole shenanigans, and I always appreciate that, and I will never discount that. I'm like, you know what, this is the guy who gassed me up when I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but Jason's got a lot of the same shit wrong with him that's wrong with me, so. We have a lot of shared trauma, I think.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah, well, you know, I blame those powder blue shirts they made us wear.
Oh God, I hated those fucking things.
Powder blue shirts.
We went to Catholic schools.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's because of that reason that I hate wearing uniforms.
Same, big same.
I hate uniforms. I loathe uniforms, and I don't want to be told what to wear. I want to wear whatever.
How many ties do you own?
None.
That's the same amount I own.
Okay, I can't say that because I got a whole bunch of ties because I don't know. I think I look good in a tie.
The only ties I have are zip ties.
That's true. Well, I work in the motorcycle industry, and I purposely did. I actually don't mind wearing a tie, but I was made to so often in my youth. I hate them. Unless it's a skinny leather one, like in Miami Vice, that's a different story.
Now, see, I don't have any leather ones, but I do have skinny ties, and I think a good, nice, clean.
I like a skinny tie.
A skinny tie, white on white, black on black. You know, that's when I have to get dressed up. That's the flex, or else I go something really loud. Like I have a couple of ties I got from students when I was working at Marquette.
Mm-hmm.
This one girl that was like my student manager got me a tie for Christmas and got me another one for my birthday. And then one of the other students noticed she got me a tie. I was like, why did you get Aaron a tie? And she's like, well, I wanted to get him something. And da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, I started getting ties from students, and I was like,
Nice.
"This is why are you guys buying me stuff?" Like, I know why she bought me stuff, because we actually got along pretty well, and it was weird. She was an older student. She was like a grad student level student. So, and that's when I was like 28-ish. So it was like we were not that far apart in age, where it was kind of like, yeah, we have stuff in common. We get along. We've gone out for drinks a couple of times, like as part of a group. Never an inappropriate thing. It's like literally when I was a newlywed, and I was like, nothing inappropriate. It was a bunch of us, but yes, we know each other better than I know most of you 17, 18, 19-year-old fucks.
Right.
So, but yeah, the students noticed she got me a couple of ties, and all of a sudden I got a whole bunch of fucking ties in my closet because it was a thing. I'm like, thank you. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if you got to choke someone out, you're set. You won't even.
Oh
miss
yeah,
that
without
one.
a doubt. Plus, wet silk is damn near unbreakable. So
Yeah, you can't kill it. Well, we were talking about posts and stuff. I put in the chat there. I put a SoundCloud link too. This was our demo tape from 1993 for the blues band I was in, and it was posted on SoundCloud like 2 years ago or something like that. We've got 2 likes. One of them's me, and the other one was the guy that posted it.
You gotta love that.
We recorded this. We had so the guitarist in the band, his brother worked at the local public broadcasting station, the local like Channel 2, whatever. So they had the mobile recording stuff that they go and they do lives and stuff. So he brought it all over. So we recorded this all on DAT, on digital audio tape. And it was like, we were like, oh, this is so cool. We're doing this, and we played it live. We didn't do tracks or nothing like that. We just played it straight live. And it was like, this got us. I made dozens of dollars off of this, this thing. So it's pretty funny to listen to. It's not good, but it also isn't bad. It's just like, yep, this is every blues bar band that in the 90s that was playing everywhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, I've actually got somewhere around here. I've got a mini disc full of demo tracks that a bunch of different people that I went to high school with recorded.
Oh, cool.
And because the guy who was doing the recording for him put everything on a mini disc because he thought that was the future.
Yeah.
And I happen to have a Sony mini disc Walkman.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, yeah, dude, make me a copy of that. And I have no idea where the fucking thing is. I know I still have it because I am a pack rat when it comes to technology. So it's around here somewhere.
I had a Gloria.
I find it periodically.
That was the only mini disc I ever had was Gloria Estef, the Miami Sound Machine.
Yep. I have
when that song came out. I had that on mini disc.
I have I have subsequently mailed it to someone, but I had The Wall on mini disc.
Oh, cool.
Which was just funny to me.
Did you have 8-tracks? Are you 8-track old? Yeah, I don't think you're 8-track old. You and Jason are a lot younger than me.
Technically,
my dad had them, and I experienced them.
I had the B-52's Wild. I had the B-52's Wild Planet on 8-track. Private Idaho. Oh man, it was awesome. I had that, Tattoo You, and Back in Black by AC/DC.
Yeah, no, actually,
if you're gonna have 3 tapes, that's the 3.
There's actually some 8-tracks out in the garage. I couldn't tell you what they were. I'm willing to bet they're all fucking country though, because they're my father-in-law's. So
probably most of them were country. It's funny. So I bought a Buick Roadmaster at one point. Actually, I bought 7 of them, but the first one I bought. When I opened the center console, literally was Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits tape on cassette. So I put it in because, it's got Dolby.
Yeah.
It's got the Dolby. So I had that going for me. I listened to, all the good for Sinatra songs, driving down with my Buick. Oh, it was fantastic. I bought a Cadillac then. I had a Cadillac Fleetwood that was an X. It was bought directly from the guy that buys cars from funeral homes and then sells them because they're well kept, So I bought this 1996 Fleetwood Brougham, white, gorgeous car. And because it was a funeral home, there was just stuff from the funeral home in it, right? Like there's things that you get in a funeral home car that you'd kind of wonder what it is. Like there was a vial, like a film canister. Remember the old film canisters, the black ones, but it was clear with a little cap on it. It was full of sand. I'm like, is this sand,
Or is it
or is
somebody?
or is it Jack? You know, is this Mabel? And it had that, and it had all these different, like, you know, the little things that they give out at funerals. You know, they were really sorry to hear you, glad you came, and you know, this kind of stuff. The shit like that was in like the sand things. Was like 3 or 4 things of sand, and there was just sand everywhere in the car, like it had been on the beach. And I grew up in Boston. Did you get sand in your car? It was like this because there was so much sand over 10, 15 years of that car.
That's
I bought it in like 2015. I'm like, I don't know if this is sand or if this is people. I'm driving around in Soylent Green, you know.
Soylent Green is people.
Yeah. So some guy in Milwaukee, well, everyone in the Midwest knows that Milwaukee is the armpit of the world. And he offered me twice what I paid for the car. And I'm like, come on up. And he drove up his 97, you know, sedan DeVille with his uncle. And he was so happy to get his Fleetwood, you know, because they're rear wheel drive and they're the big car. It was really a lot of fun. I'm like, you should see my Lincoln. Now we're talking. So I did have a black Lincoln and a white Fleetwood at the same time. So I had the Irish mob car and the Italian mob car. It always looked like a family sit down at my house. No one fucked with us.
I wouldn't mind getting a Fleetwood.
The Fleetwood was a great car. It was fast.
I need a vehicle that I fit in because right now because I had a DeVille and
the front wheel drive one.
Yeah,
with the North Star.
Mm-hmm.
They were great cars except for when the head gaskets went.
Yeah, that's
I've had a few of those.
I got it. I got it as a fucking steal too. I got it way cheaper than it should have been because it was when nobody was buying cars.
Yep.
And
that's a good time.
I found it on a lot, and it was sitting like around the back, and it was a hood ass car dealership in Joliet. You know, like
smelled like bong water and underage girls.
No, not even. It smelled like, you know, fryer grease and fucking cordite. But it was literally like 2 blocks from the fucking prison. And so I was looking for a car for my kid, right? And I had a buddy of mine that's a mechanic, and I picked him up because he needed to go down to the courthouse to pay the ticket. And he's like, I never been to the courthouse. I don't know where the fucking courthouse is. I'm like, how do you live in Joliet and not know where the fucking courthouse is? But all right. So I'm like, I'll take you down to the courthouse. You can pay your ticket, get your license back, and then you can come help me look for a car for my kid. And he's like, all right, bet, that's a deal. He says, you got to buy me lunch too. I'm like, you cheap fucker. So, so we went out. He paid his ticket, went and grabbed lunch, and we're driving around. And like I said, I'm going to all these hood ass dealerships because I'm trying to find my kid a car for like $2,000.
Right.
And we're at this place, and we're looking around, and I see, you know, I'm looking at trucks and shit for my kid, and all of a sudden my buddy's like, "Hey, is this car for sale or is this just chilling?" And the salesman's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, no, that was I had to run down to Springfield for a meeting, and that's why that's back there. Yeah, no, that car's for sale too." And I went and he's like, "Hey, Aaron, come check this out." I'm like, "I'm not buying my kid a fucking Cadillac."
Hell yes.
Yes,
you are.
That's a really clean Cadillac, though.
They're nice cars. They are nice cars.
No, this one was it was a freaking 2000. Thing was pristine. I mean, it was so clean. There was not a spot of rust anywhere on it. Leather was still soft. And this was in 2016.
Car was $45,000 new.
Yeah,
2001.
And I've, you know, so we get in there, fire it up, you know, it's purring, it's beautiful. I'm like, all right, we're going to take this for a spin. We go cruise about 4 blocks. We might pull over. My mechanic buddy gets out, starts crawling around under it, you know, checking all the seals, checking the gaskets, checking everything.
Doing the stuff.
Yeah. He's like, dude, this thing is way too clean. What's the mileage on it? I'm like, well, you know, car's fucking 15 years old. So I didn't even really look. Go back. The car had 62,000 miles on it.
Jesus.
Yeah. So turn around, go back to the dealership, start talking to the guy, blah, blah, blah. How much is it? Okay, well, I'll think about it. And all of a sudden I'm like, I really got to take a leak. I was like, you got a bathroom? And the guy's like, no, man, our plumbing's having issues. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go across the street over here to this restaurant and take a piss. I'll be back. I said, but here's about where I'm comfortable spending on this. And it was, I think they were asking like 42 or something. And I was like, I'll give you $3,000 cash.
Yeah.
Then he's like, man, my kid's got to eat. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's what I'm comfortable spending on an impulse buy for a fucking vehicle.
Right.
And I'm going to go take a piss. And I got halfway across the street and the guy was like, cash? I said, yes, cash, motherfucker. So I wound up buying this Cadillac for $3,000 out the door.
Yeah.
Titles, plates, the whole shebang. And
Awesome.
and I loved that car so much. I was road trips, everything. It's just a great car. Rode like a couch.
Yeah, the couch and they hauled ass.
Yeah,
I had a 95 with the North Star in it, and it had 80,000 original miles on it, and it had been babied its entire life. There wasn't a speck of rust or a scratch anywhere on it. And the same thing, I bought it for like $3,000 or $3,200. And I took my family. We drove from Wisconsin here down to Disney World down in Florida and back. I bought it just so we could do that trip. I'm like, oh, this will make it there and back. And then we kept it for a year, and I sold it, and that's when I got the Fleetwood, because I was like, I'm going to get a man's Cadillac. But what a car! And one of the guy I started this company with there's 4 of us that started the company, but one guy had all the money, right? He's the main owner, and he has a Mercedes. It's an S550. It's the supercharged V8, fucking 500 horsepower, brutal convertible.
Okay,
and we're sitting side by side, and I'm just like, let's go, motherfucker, let's fucking go. And I know we only had like a half a block to go, because the speed limit's 25 miles an hour, and the stop sign went. I looked over him, and he's like, yeah, because we race all the time. If you get side by side, you have to do it. It's the man rule. And we went. Of course, he beat me, but he's like, Jesus Christ, that car kind of goes, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah. I saw him the next morning. He's like, the fuck? I had to work at that one a little bit. I'm like, yeah, that's right. This is what $3,200 fucking dollars buys you instead of
$65,000.
Yeah. Then he shows up one day in a Lamborghini Huracan, throws me the keys, and says, he goes, I did get one of these here. So I went and drove that, and it was 610 horsepower. That's another world.
Jesus.
I just saw one of those yesterday.
It's a lot of fun. God damn, does that car drive nice. But anyway, with that horrible disappointment, I'm going to leave, because I'm going to pee my pants if I don't, and I got to wake up early tomorrow. So,
yeah,
Aaron, thanks again.
Get up in a couple hours. Like I said, I'm always glad to do it. Hopefully, it was at least somewhat entertaining to listen to me babble.
Always entertaining. Right. Talk to you later.
You were rubbing us the right way.
Yes.
Nice. I see what you did there.
Rubbing us the right way.
All right. Now it's time to shake y'all off.
For sure.
All right, guys. See you. Have fun.
See ya.
Everybody, make sure y'all go check out Morning View every single day over on Twitter, X Spaces, and the replays up on all the podcast places where you're listening to this. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah.